Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Witchcraftin'. I am your Saturday hostess, Wendora. Today I wanted to do this video for a while. I wanted to talk to you about some selenite oil. I'm going to put a description in the down bar because the person I learned this from is here on YouTube. It is the ladygravedancer, so I'm going to put a link in the bar below so you guys can see the original recipe and how she does it, and you'll also know how I did it. I seen her display this oil and how to make it, and I immediately seen it and was like, I have to have that. I need that right now. Like, I need that in my life. And so I quickly decided, Bunny is going crazy, that I need to make it. And at first I'm like, okay, I don't want to use my selenite wand that I have because I like to use it for directing energy and to use it as a wand, not just as, for just its simple crystal purposes. And so I originally had asked a friend about getting some selenite from her, and it didn't really work out. And then me and Blue August went to the crystal shop and went shopping, and I got me a little thin wand of selenite. It was a lot longer than this. It was about this long. Where am I at? Well, a lot longer than this. And I just wanted something small and kind of fragile, which selenite is fragile, as you can see. It splinters off, but I wanted something I could break apart and kind of work with and craft with, because I already knew I was going to be making this oil. And the reason I really wanted to have this oil is it's very cleansing, very refreshing. You know, when you have these nasty negative energies on you, you can put this on and it helps relax you. I know today my son's been a crank butt this week, and putting this on and anointing myself with it and putting it on my I put it on my wrist here, and I've put it on my temples. It just really relaxed me, made me feel so much better and a lot more calm, and it was just so freaking nice. I even just moved my room around, and I redid my altar space. We're in a completely different area than I filmed before, and I put a few drops around it just to bring in a refreshing and relaxing and cleansing atmosphere. So the oil I put in here, the carrier oil, I put in a little over half of almond oil. Almond oil is very moisturizing, and for this being an oil that's going to be anointed on me, I wanted something a little more moisturizing, like she said in her video, but she used grapeseed oil. Both are really good for that purpose. And the rest, just so I wouldn't use my whole bottle of almond oil, I added a little more vegetable oil in there just to kind of top off the jar I originally had this in to let it sit and soak. But before I even put those in there, I didn't even start from the beginning, I took some blessed salt from my Isis altar. There's salt that always sits on the Isis altar. I added it to the bottom of the jar. And you can put white sage in. I lit the white sage and I let it smoke into the jar and smoke it all up. And then I stuck the sage in, and then it, the salt was underneath it with the heat and all that good stuff. So it would slowly, the sparkiness burned out. Palo Santo is in here. I did the same thing. I let the smoke fill up the jar, and then I stuck it in there. I have four actually. I think I have four. No, it's three. 3 cinnamon sticks in here, and I have rosemary in here. At first, I was going to put the rosemary essential oil in here, which you can, but I did not. She also puts tobacco in hers, which if you follow the link, you'll see. I just really haven't worked with tobacco in that aspect, so I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I didn't work. I haven't worked with it, so I didn't want to add it to this. I actually let this charge on my altar. I also added moonstone and citrine in here, and I let it sit, and I let it sit, and I let it charge on my altar for about a day and a half, and then I put it in the windowsill. And I let it charge for a really long time. There was like 4 days there with that mixture. And then we went crystal shopping, and I found my selenite. And I wanted to put it in this jar that I also bought there. So I used a funnel, and I ran it into here. And a lot of the salt seemed to stay in the other jar. And I took the other 2 crystals out, and I broke off the end of this and added it to it. The thing I wanted to add, I liked with having the citrine in here, is citrine is more of a masculine energy, And I wanted to have that balance of masculine and feminine energy from the selenite. And the same with the moonstone. Originally, I didn't have any selenite, so I wanted to have something in here that sat in here and just kind of chillaxed, you know? So that's what I did. And the same thing happened when I used this. What I did is I picked it up and I lit some sage and I turned it upside down and held it so the smoke went inside the jar. And it was actually really cool because when I ran the oil in, the smoke would slowly start to rise out because it was just kind of sitting here with this narrow tip. It didn't just immediately leak out like in the open mason jar I had originally, the open lidded mason jar I had before. But I wanted it to like smudge and cleanse out all the energy that was already in here so this one would not be kind of tampered with or anything, you know? So it has pieces of selenite in it at the moment now, finally. And I really am already in love with this oil, and I see it being something I keep on stock because it's just so nice. And so what I'm wanting to do is I just used all of my Bach flower essence that I've talked about. I already used this bottle all gone, so what I'm going to do, I'm thinking about filling this up so I can carry it in my purse to use when I'm on the go. And I had the idea to add a little bit of oil into this. Probably not going to get any of the herbs that are in here, but I wanted to add a couple of drops to this and then add some water to it, and so I can kind of spray it around the room to kind of like cleanse the room, so the energy will get directed into the water. And something I don't know if you guys like, but the Fuji water, I feel like it tastes completely different and it feels like really pure and stuff. I mean, it's expensive as shit, but I really do like the taste of it. And so I've been thinking about wanting to use it more for ritual purposes because it feels so much purer than average water. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I've kind of like decided that I might just go buy a couple of bottles of water and try to save it for ritual because I just really feel a different energy about this water. So I'm going to actually use this water and add it to that and then just add a few drops to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't have a funnel. I meant to grab one. So I'm going to add this to my spray bottle. There we go. Oh, nummy, nummy, nummies. Beep, beep. Don't spill it everywhere. La, la. I just finished my bottle. Where'd that lid go? There it is. And then I'm just going to get a couple of drops of my selenite oil I just talked to you guys about. And like I said, the description for the original recipe is going to be down in the down bar there. Here we go. And you can get these droppers anywhere. I get mine at Kroger, 2 for 99 cents, so $1 with taxes. 1, 2, 3. Now, not that this really applies to this, but from my knowledge, I hear that oil doesn't really mix. Carrier oils, like the ones I just spoke that are in the selenite oil, doesn't really mix with water. So most people, when they're trying to do it for medical purposes, this one's just, carrying the energy over. That's what I'm wanting, the energy of the herbs and the oil to be transferred and infused into the water. So this isn't for medical purposes, but if you were going to do something like that for medical purposes, I hear witch hazel helps mix it in there. I'm not sure why I felt like I had to say that because, like I said, it doesn't really apply to this, but I don't know. I felt as if saying that. So, but if you are educated differently, feel free to let me know. I will not be insulted about that at all. So just let me know. So this is a small little tidbit. I figure next week I will show you guys my corn husk ordeal and how to make it, because I want to make one and put it up in here, and I have not done it yet. I have my corn husk, but not that. The mask, unfortunately, is not finished. I even gathered the leaves, and I don't remember what happened, but they ended up drying out and I didn't get to it. But I need to get it done because, believe it or not, in a couple of weeks it's going to be Samhain. Can you believe that? Time has flown by. So hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I'm going to be doing some apple picking and apple crafting and cooking and pumpkin carving, so I'm pretty excited. So that's my weekend plans, and I'm going to spray this around and cleanse and make the room a little softer. You know, something else that I probably will add to this next time, because I'm pretty sure I didn't do it this time, is possibly add some lavender to it, especially for what I'm using the oil for. You know, it's cleansing and relaxing, and that's kind of what I use the selenite oil for, because, you know, it cleanses off those nasty energies you're feeling and kind of refreshes you, you know. That I like lavender, you know, I use it before bed and stuff like that, and it can be relaxing and get you back to like zone, you know what I mean, ground, center. That's how I feel with selenite, with lavender. So I might add that to it next time, and I will get back with you later. And like I said, check down in the down bar for Lady Gravedancer's video to make selenite oil, because that is the person I learned how to make this from. So now that I'm done rambling, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace, love, and light. Bye bye.